An investigation launched into CL Financial and in sport, a mix of fortunes in the third round of the Regional Under-19 Championship. I'm Nicole Best, and this is the Caribbean in 10 for Friday, August 4. I'll be back with the details after the break.
Join the Caribbean Broadcasting Union and its regional and international partners at the CBU Annual General Assembly, August 21st through 24th at the British Colonial Hilton Hotel in Nassau, the Bahamas, under the theme Digital Developments in Caribbean Media. Prime Minister of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas, Dr. the Honorable Hubert Alexander Minnis, will welcome delegates during the opening ceremony. Guyana's Minister of Public Telecommunications, the Honorable Kathy Hughes, will offer a keynote address on digital developments in the region. See the launch of the UNESCO-sponsored Manual of Social Media Guidelines for Caribbean Journalists, with guest speaker Jamaica's Director of Public Prosecutions, Paula Llewellyn. And hear from international media players about the new developments in digital television standards in Europe, the US, and Japan. And this year's Caribbean Broadcasting Awards Gala at the Atlantis Resort Paradise Island is not to be missed. Call 246-430-1007 to book your space in the 3-day conference and exhibition. Don't miss the CBU 48th Assembly at the British Colonial Hilton Hotel in Nassau from August 21st through 24th. Discounts on flights to the assembly on the official airline, Caribbean Airlines.
The government of Trinidad and Tobago has announced that court-appointed liquidators will investigate at least 2 multi-million-dollar transactions involving the troubled CL Financial Group. This as efforts continue to recover billions of dollars loaned to the private company dating back to 2009. Finance Minister Colm Imbert told reporters yesterday that an investigation will be launched into the leakage of an estimated 1.1 billion TT dollars from Scotland-based CL World Brands and the transfer of shares of a company within the CL Financial Group estimated at 10 billion TT dollars for a mere $99. We get more in this report from Ian Wilson of C News.
Case of interlocking companies. CL Financial owns 17% of Angostura through its 38% stake in CL World Brands. CL World Brands in turn owns Rompro, which owns 75% of Angostura. The other 62% of CL World Brands belongs to the government, since it is the government who has control of Clico Investment Bank and Colonial Life Insurance, under which CL World Brands fall. But the earnings from Angostura do not reach the government.
But for some reason, all of the profits flowing from these companies have been finding their way into the bank account of CL Financial. And this too will be investigated.
This is just one of the discrepancies Finance Minister Colm Imbert says the liquidators will have to probe. The other is a transaction that also has the attention of the government. Mr. Imbert explains the CL director has claimed that Delco, a company owned by CL Financial, is worth $40 billion. Shares were transferred from one party to another, but the price was not right.
Guyana's Minister of Citizenship, Winston Felix, is refuting claims that the government is engaged in people smuggling. These claims were made by former President Barra Jagdeo at a rally held last weekend. Jagdeo cited a recent incident where a number of Haitians allegedly used Guyana as a transit hub to French Guiana as reason to suspect the government of being involved in human smuggling. But Minister Felix says that is not the case. We get more in this report from Royden James of HGP Nightly News.
This is not the first time Mr. Jagdew is making these allegations against the government, particularly the Ministry of Citizenship. Citizenship Minister Winston Felix, who described Mr. Jagdew's assertions as false and dangerous, clarified what happened in the case of the Haitians.
What the police did discover was that a number of people who came on that trip had stated one position on their arrival document. That's on the embarkation card. And by the time they reached Georgetown, that the places that they stated or given of their intention to stay, that stay was cancelled, that booking was cancelled. Now, I don't see anything wrong with that. I can say when I arrive in Trinidad that I'm going to X hotel and I change my mind and I go to another hotel.
Mr. Felix explained that a number of foreign nationals come to Guyana on a daily basis, including but not limited to Chinese, Cubans, Brazilians, and Haitians.
Haitians are not coming illegally. The Haitians that we trace in Guyana are being landed at CJIA by the immigration. Right? We have not found them to be coming illegally. The other aspect of your question is that for years now, I have first-hand experience about this. Haitians have been traveling from Haiti to Guyana, thence to Suriname, and thence to French Guyana. That has been happening since as far back as 1981, 82, I can recall it. So I don't see anything strange about that.
Stay with us. Your midday sport is next.
Right here at the 32nd Annual Stellar Music Awards. So good to see you, my brother. Once again, it's man, the performance was awesome.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah,
thank
very,
you.
very nice.
Thank you, thank you.
Talk to us a little bit about your current project.
Yeah, it's complicated. It deals with the complexities of life, faith, and religion. And on the album, I'm addressing many of the quiet questions that we ask.
In sport, we look at results from the third round of the Regional Under-19 Championship in St. Kitts. Half-centuries from captain Jonel Eugene and opener Kimani Milius underlined a gallant Windward Islands run chase, but the knocks went in vain as Leeward Islands pulled off a narrow 15-run victory yesterday. Resuming the final day on 49-1 in pursuit of 260 for victory at St. Paul's, the Windwards put up a good fight before they were bowled out for 244 in their second innings. Eugene top scored with 70, Milius got 68, while Joanne Jeremiah chimed in with 40. The Windwards appeared strong favourites for the win when they cruised to 125 for 1, but they lost wickets steadily to watch their challenge fizzle out. Zawandi White led the Leewards with 3 for 32, while Jerome Thomas and Kadeem Henry collected 2 wickets apiece. Meantime, the drama-filled Jamaica-Trinidad and Tobago match ended in a draw. Number 11, Kishon Graham, saw out the last 4 balls of a tense final day to stave off defeat for Jamaica and frustrate Trinidad and Tobago's victory bid. Chasing 131 for victory at Molyneux, Jamaica appeared well set at 39 for 1 before losing 8 wickets for just 52 runs to collapse to 91 for 9. The collapse was engineered by off-spinner Aaron Manram, who picked up 4 for 31, while left-arm spinner Justin Gangu finished with 3 for 30. But as TNT sensed victory, Graham arrived to block the last 4 deliveries and earn Jamaica a share of the honours. First innings century maker Raywin Sr. top scored with 32 and Andre McCarthy got 28, but no other batsman reached double figures. And that's the Caribbean in 10. Join us at 6:30 for Caribbean Newsline. Do have yourselves a very good afternoon.